according to Dalton's law, law of partial pressure, what we have, the total pressure P total is equals to P1 plus P2. Is P1 total pressure is equals to the sum of the partial pressure of 1 and the sum of the partial pressure of 2. Because why? Because we have only two components, two volatile components. Introducing their value from this equations, what we have, P total equals to P1 we have P naught 1 x1 plus P naught 2 x2. We know, we have studied that if there is a binary solution, then in that case the mole fraction of one component is equal to 1 minus the second component. What we can know? What we know that x1 equals to, what we know? We know x1 plus x2 equals to 1. It means when we have a binary solution, when we add up the component of 1 and the component mole fraction of 1 and mole fraction of 2, then we got 1. If we want to get the value of x1, then we can substitute 1 minus x2. Putting these values here, what we have, it is equals to P naught 1, x1 equals to 1 minus x2 plus P naught 2 x2. What we have? P naught 1 minus P naught 1 x2 plus P naught 2 x2. What we have? We have P naught 1 minus, what we have common? We have common x2 into P naught 1 minus P naught 2. Let us see. यहाँ इक्विलिब्रियम एस्टेब्लिश होने के बाद ये क्या है? टोटल प्रेशर है. P1 पार्शियल वेपर प्रेशर ड्यू टू कंपोनेंट 1, P2 पार्शियल वेपर प्रेशर ड्यू टू कंपोनेंट 2. रॉल्स लॉ से हमने जाना है कि जो पार्शियल वेपर प्रेशर है वो, इफ यू आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द कंपोनेंट 1, तो जो पार्शियल प्रेशर वेपर प्रेशर है कंपोनेंट 1 के कारण, वो उसके मोल फ्रैक्शन के डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है. इस सॉल्यूशन में जो उसका मोल फ्रैक्शन है कंपोनेंट 1 का, उसके डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल उसका प्रेशर होता है. एक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी कांस्टेंट हमने इंट्रोड्यूस किया P01 हमने बताया है कि P01 जो है वो जब कभी भी कंपोनेंट 1 प्योर स्टेट में होगा और क्लोज कंटेनर में होगा, और जब इक्विलिब्रियम एस्टेब्लिश हो जाएगा तो उसके कारण जो प्रेशर होगा दैट इज नोन एज P01. इट मीन्स the vapor pressure due to only and only pure component. We have P01. In the same way, we have the P2. P2 is directly proportional to X. P2 equals to P0 to X2. We know according to Dalton's law, the total pressure is equals to the sum of the partial pressure of the different component. इस सॉल्यूशन में हमारे पास केवल दो ही कंपोनेंट हैं, तो दोनों के कारण हमको प्रेशर मिलेगा और हमको मिलेगा टोटल प्रेशर. नेक्स्ट, जब हम इस रॉल्स लॉ की जो वैल्यूज है P1 और P2 की जब इसमें इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे तो हमको मिलेगा P टोटल इक्वल्स टू P नॉट 1 x1 P नॉट 2 x2. हम जानते हैं, हमने मोल फ्रैक्शन आपको बताया है, हम जानते हैं कि अगर केवल बाइनरी सॉल्यूशन है हमारे पास, बाइनरी इट मीन्स टू कंपोनेंट्स हैं सॉल्यूशन में, तो एक का मोल फ्रैक्शन 1 में से अगर हम माइनस कर दें तो दूसरे का मोल फ्रैक्शन मिल जाता है. क्यों? क्योंकि बहुत सारे अगर कंपोनेंट हैं किसी सॉल्यूशन में तो सभी के मोल फ्रैक्शन का जो सम होता है वो 1 होता है. तो यहां से हमने x1 की वैल्यू ली, दैट इज 1 माइनस x2. इंट्रोड्यूसिंग दिस वैल्यू, व्हाट वी हैव x1 इक्वल्स टू 1 माइनस x2. वी कैन रिलेट द P total with the mole fraction of any one component. What we see here, if there is a binary solution, then the total pressure can be related with the mole fraction of any one component. We have also seen here, let us see that what we see here, that the total pressure is equals to, we have vapor pressure due to the pressure due to vapor pressure of pure component 1. Here we have the mole fraction of component 2. Here we have the pure vapor pressure of component 2. Here we have the pure vapor pressure of component 1. What we can conclude from this statement? The first one, what we have, P total is directly proportional to x2. It means the total vapor pressure can be related with any one component. Either we should write here 1 or 2. We can relate here. It means it is directly proportional to component 1 or component 2. Here, total vapor pressure is directly proportional to x2 means mole fraction of component 2. We can also substitute the value of x2 and we got that the total vapor pressure is directly proportional to component 1. We can relate the total vapor pressure with any one component in the solution. To the next one, what we see here, that the total vapor pressure varies linearly with x2 or x1. The next what we have, P total is directly proportional to P2 minus P1. But what we have assumed here, that both the components are volatile. Depending upon the nature of two components, if P2 is more volatile in comparison to P1, then the total vapor pressure will increase. If P2 is less volatile than in comparison to P1, then the total vapor pressure will decrease. It means depending upon the vapor pressure of component 1 and 2, the total vapor pressure of the solution will increase or decrease. What we conclude from this statement? The first one, what we have, the total vapor pressure, can relate with any one component. Either component 1 or component 2. The second one, the total vapor pressure is directly proportional to mole fraction of component 2. The third one which we have, the total vapor pressure will increase or decrease depending upon the pure vapor pressure pure vapor pressure of the different component. हमने यहाँ क्या देखा कि जो टोटल प्रेशर है उसको किसी भी एक कंपोनेंट के मोल फ्रैक्शन से हम रिलेट कर सकते हैं, पहला। दूसरा हमने देखा कि जो टोटल वेपर प्रेशर है वो x2 के डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, x2 बढ़ेगा तो टोटल प्रेशर बढ़ेगा। तीसरा हमने देखा कि P टोटल जो है ये कांस्टेंट है, ये मोल फ्रैक्शन को हमने डिस्कस कर लिया, P2 माइनस P1। इसका मतलब ये है कि P total will depend upon the vapor pressure of pure component 2 and pure component 1. Depending upon this pressure, partial pressure of pure component, the P total will increase or decrease. This is all about the vapor pressure of liquid solution. Let us plot the graph of variation of total vapor pressure with the mole fraction of component 1 and mole fraction of component 2. You see here, P total equals to P naught 1 plus X2 P naught 2 minus P naught 1. We can relate it with Y equals to M X plus C. We got positive slope and we have a constant C to get the variation with X component. Let us plot it. When we plot what we have here, total vapor pressure, then we can relate it as this. This one is X2 M. This one is M and this one is X. That means here what we have, we got a positive slope. This is the intercept. What we have, this one will be equals to P naught 1. Here X2. Here what we have, X2 equals to 0. And when we move here, what we see, X2 means mole fraction, X2 equals to 0 and here X2 equals to 1. If here X2 equals to 0, then X1 equals to 1, and when here X2 equals to 1, then X1 equals to 0. Why? Because we know the sum of the mole fraction of two components will be 1. 0 plus 1, 1. 0 plus 1, 1. If X2 equals to 0, अगर यहाँ X2 0 होगा, इसका X2 का मोल फ्रैक्शन 0 होगा, तो X1 यहाँ 1 हो जाएगा, क्योंकि बाइनरी सोल्यूशन है। यहाँ अगर X2 हमारा 1 है, तो ऑब्वियस है कि X1 जो है वो क्या हो जाएगा, 0 हो जाएगा। लेट अस सी द वेरिएशन। वेरिएशन क्या हो रहा है उसको हम देखेंगे। Here what we have, this one is P intercept P naught 1, and this one is P naught 2. We also know that P1 equals to P naught 1 X1. It means when the mole fraction of 1 increases, then the vapor pressure increases. What we have? We have like this. This one is Y equals to what we have, M and X. What we have, this one. In the same way, when we move from this side to this side, then in that case the mole fraction of component 2 increases. Let us see here, X2 equals to 1. What we have, X1 equals to 0. Then here X2 equals to 1, then the vapor pressure due to X2 is more here. See here. When we move from here to here, X2 is 0, then the vapor pressure is 0. When we move from this side, then the X2 increases and vapor pressure increases. X2 increases, vapor pressure increases. Here X2 equals to 1, vapor pressure we have this one. To the next one, if x1 equals to 0, when we move from this side to this side, when the mole fraction of 1 increases, and when the mole fraction of 1 increases, then the vapor pressure due to 1 increases. We have this one. We have assumed here, what we have assumed? We have assumed what? See here, the vapor pressure of second component is higher than the vapor pressure of one component. This one is the pure vapor pressure due to component 2, and this one is the pure vapor pressure due to component 1. But we have seen, when we compare this one, we will see that the vapor pressure of pure component 1 is lesser than the vapor pressure of pure component 2. It means what we have assumed? We have assumed that the component 1 is less volatile than component What is this? This one is the P total equals to P1 plus P2. This is all which we have studied. If the two components have achieved the equilibrium, then in that condition we can also relate the mole fraction with their partial pressure by the means of Dalton's law. What is that one? That during equilibrium, we can relate the partial vapor pressure of a component with their mole fraction. Let us see how. If we want to determine P1 equals to Y1 P total, P2 equals to Y2 P total. Y1, it is the mole fraction of component 1. PT is total vapor pressure during equilibrium. In the same way, P2 is the partial vapor pressure of component 2, and Y2 is its mole fraction, and PT is total vapor pressure during equilibrium. It means if we know the mole fraction and if we know the total vapor pressure during equilibrium, then we can also calculate the partial vapor pressure of the component. Let us discuss. Let us compare the Raoult's law with the Henry's law. Henry's law, we know that the mole fraction, if we have a liquid and a gas over it, then in that case what we have discussed that the amount of a definite gas over the solution has capability to dissolve in the solution, that we can relate with that the mole fraction of that particular gas in the solution is directly proportional to its partial pressure over the solution. It means the Henry's law states that the mole fraction of a particular gas in a solution is directly proportional to its partial pressure over the solution. And what we know, in case of Raoult's law, when we have a volatile liquid, then when an equilibrium is established, then in that case the partial vapor pressure is directly proportional to its mole fraction in the solution. It means we can relate both the Henry's law together with the Raoult's law. Let us see. The first one, what we have, the Henry's law. What we have, Henry's law, it states that the mole fraction of a gas in the solution is directly proportional to its partial pressure over the solution. What we have? P is directly proportional. P is equals to K at X. The next one, what we have, in case of the partial vapor pressure of a solution, the partial vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of that particular component in the solution. What we have? Raoult's law states that the partial vapor pressure is directly proportional to its mole fraction in solution. What we have? We have P1 equals to P naught X this one. Let us compare these two laws. When we compare these two, P equals to, this P is the partial vapor pressure over the solution. This X is the mole fraction of that particular gas in the solution. This P is the partial vapor pressure over the solution, and this one is the mole fraction of that particular gas, particular component in the solution. What we see, these two are the partial pressure and these two are the mole fraction. What we see, that KH's hand is constant and P01 is what we have, the vapor pressure of pure component. One. It means what we conclude? We conclude that Raoult's law is a special case of Henry's law where KH equals to P01. You know, when P01 equals to KH, then it will become the Henry's law. This is all about the comparison of Henry's law together with Raoult's law.